Hey everyone, Dan Vuksanovich here at whyisuckatguitar.com, and this is a set of video examples that go along with a lesson entitled The Other Fingers Method of Achieving Finger Independence. And it might sound a little strange, but at whyisuckatguitar.com I am all about unconventional ways of improving, and hopefully improving at a greater rate than what you've been used to in the past. So let's jump right into this. If you've read the article, you'll already know kind of what this is about, and if you haven't, I encourage you to head over to the site and take a look at that article. This is really simple. We're going to train our fingers that we are not using in any given pattern, and this is a great way of getting finger independence and kind of learning to have your fingers move in different ways at the same time. So let's say, for example, that I have a 1-4 pattern, and if you play any pentatonic scales at all, you're likely very used to this pattern. So I've got my first finger on A on the high E string, and I've got my fourth finger on C on the high E string, and I'm not using my middle two fingers. But what I am going to do is I am going to exercise those fingers, because for most people this is not very easy. So to be able to hold two fingers in place and to take the two fingers that I'm not using and flex and extend them in this way is something that is going to help you to be able to use your fingers independently of each other. So I can also do this while I'm playing. So our bodies like sympathetic motion. So as I pull off, I can flex these fingers either before or at the same time, but I want to make sure that I'm getting my fingers moving in the same direction. And I think one of the things that you might notice if you actually stop to take a look is that for people that have problems doing trills or using their pinky finger or any finger really, I think you will notice that the fingers that are not in use at any given time are probably going in the opposite direction. So if I'm trying to pull off and my other two fingers are trying to be over here, then that's going to cause me a problem, because my body likes sympathetic motion. So I want to train it to use sympathetic motion. So I really get a double bonus with this exercise, because I'm getting finger independence, and I can also train my body to do the right thing even with the fingers that aren't being used. I can do the same thing with the 1-3 pattern. Now I'm down on the C on the third string at the 5th fret, and the D on the third string at the 7th fret, and I can do the same thing here. Place 1 and 3, and I can move my second finger. And I got to tell you, when I first started doing this, I could hardly move this finger at all. Maybe like this. And now I can get it all the way back where I can touch the palm of my hand, and it makes such a huge difference, because when I was using my third finger, what my second finger wanted to be doing without me thinking about it was getting in the way of me using my third finger. But now that I can consciously have control over that finger, it makes it a whole lot easier to use my third finger. And I don't have to think about it quite as much, which is really great. So even just exercising those two patterns, 1-4 and 1-3, you can run down a So lots of cool stuff you can do musically as you start to get more dexterity and more finger independence just based on doing some of these exercises. You can also do this with 3-note per string patterns. So if I've got, say, 1, 2, and 4 down, and now I'm using that same 5th position on the high E string, first finger on A on the 5th fret, second finger on B flat on the 6th fret, and then pinky on the C at the 8th fret. This is the hardest one, for me anyway, by far. Keeping 1, 2, and 4 down and being able to flex and extend your 3rd finger. I still can't get it to the point where I can touch my palm like I can with my 2nd finger. But I'm still working on it, and I'm certainly not going to force it because I don't want to injure myself, and I encourage you to not do anything that causes you pain or feels ultra forced. This is going to feel a little uncomfortable at first because it's a set of movements that your body is going to be not used to doing. But do not, under any circumstances, cause yourself pain, because I certainly wouldn't want you to hurt yourself in the name of an exercise. But as you do this one, I think you'll find that it becomes easier to get that pinky to act independently and then not mess up the dexterity that you want when it comes to a 4-2-1 kind of pull off. You can do the same thing with 1, 3, and 4. Now I'm extending and flexing my 2nd finger. You can even do it with chords. So I've had such screwed up technique for so long that I was even just playing power chords, I was screwing myself up because this finger, the one that I wouldn't use, was getting all tense, and it was messing with my other fingers. So even in songs where all I had to do was chug a bunch of power chords all over the place, my fretting hand was still getting all screwed up until I started doing this, saying, okay, 2nd finger, I'm not going to let you sit there and mess with me. I'm going to make sure that I have control over you so that when I want to play power chords, it makes it just a whole lot easier. I can actually feel what's going on with this finger. So it doesn't get to tense up without me paying attention to it, because now I have that feeling. I got that muscle memory for just being easily able to control it and make sure that it's not screwing me up when I'm not using it. So there you have some really nice examples of being able to use the other fingers method to gain finger independence and increase the dexterity in your fretting hand. I hope this helps you, and I'd love to hear how you're doing with it. Shoot me some comments if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on my website, please feel free to comment below in the comment forums on the website. And thanks so much for watching. And I'll see you next time at whyisuckatguitar.com.